Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SourceForge podcast. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Bo Hamilton, senior editor and multimedia producer here at SourceForge, the world's most visited software comparison site where B2B software buyers compare and find business software solutions. Today, we're talking with Oren Aharon, CEO and founder of Hour1. Hour1 is a really neat all-in-one video production platform that uses AI automation and lifelike programmable characters to create personalized business messages. We've all seen those corporate training videos with virtual instructors or maybe onboarding and compliance videos offered by HR departments. Hour1 helps these companies create these kind of high quality videos super easily and efficiently. So to talk more about how it all works, let me introduce Oren Aharon. Oren, welcome to the podcast. Glad you can join us.
Thank you so much, and I'm excited to be here.
So I gave a little bit of an explanation of how Hour1 works, but that was very surface level. Can you introduce yourself and explain a little bit more about what it is that Hour1 does?
Yeah, I'm Oren, CEO and co-founder of R1. R1 is an AI-driven creation platform featuring avatars, usually very realistic, lifelike avatars. We transform text into these talking avatars that basically introduce a subject or a topic, and we'll talk about all of these interesting use cases, but creating some kind of like a human connection inside the content, as any other video does, but in a very efficient and scalable way, where you don't really need to go and do all the production. You just do it from your keyboard in a very efficient way.
Interesting. Yeah. Can you kind of talk and expand upon that? Like what are some of the technology at play here, and how does Hour1 leverage AI automation to kind of improve video production and deliver these messages?
Yeah, so R1 is a player in the generative AI space. Basically, we generate the avatars, we generate the video, and all the stuff that we do, like the entire video out of the text. So we've built all of these models that do that, and businesses can choose to use avatars from a diverse range of avatars that we've created, or they can upload their own likeness and create their own avatar with voice and face and mannerisms and all of their things like inside the video. And by that, they can use this avatar with other element text and content elements that they upload into our system to generate the full story. So the story could be like very direct, as you do for educational stuff, or it could be a storytelling or thought leadership or all of these kind of things.
Interesting. Okay. So it's really just whatever use case you want to use it for. It seems like it's pretty flexible. Is it over, do you download a program onto your computer? Is it over the browser? How does it work there?
So we have a SaaS platform desktop app. That's most of the use is going through that place. It's like scene by scene. You don't need to understand like in video creation, in editing. You go and just pick and choose, and it's very easy to implement and work on this. Basically, we build it for anyone to come and create this realistic type of videos without any background in video creation. You don't need to understand editing. It's all very direct from text. So you just need to tell a story, and we help you also with the story with generative AI, LLMs, and text levels, and also generating the images and everything for you. So this is very strict, very simple. And by the way, we have an app where you can capture yourself and create your own avatar, but it's a supplemental.
Yeah, I'd love to test it out one of these days. I love also that there's not too much of a learning curve. It sounds like it's pretty forgiving and open for all sorts of skill levels. That's I love to hear that because there's so often I download a new app or there's an update to a video editing program I'm using, and there's just like I have to spend so much time learning how it works. That always kind of turns me off.
Yeah, exactly. Video is a hard skill, but we help you to choose because we bring you the templates and we bring you, the finest type of designs and storytelling abilities. So even if you're not a video creator, it helps you create an amazing video at the end.
That's great. Now, as an AI company working with immense amounts of data, it's of the utmost importance to ensure that you're utilizing the latest data security practices to protect user privacy. I'm curious, like, what kind of information does Hour1 collect, and how do you ensure that it stays safe?
totally important, and you're totally correct. I mean, we have to be there. Again, we work with large enterprises, more than 500 huge enterprises that work with us. So obviously, we need to be there. So we employ like enterprise grade encryption for all the data at rest and transit. Regular third-party security audits, SOC 2, all of these kinds of things. Pen testing, obviously compliance with GDPR and data protection regulations. So all of that needs to be there. We basically monitor the text. So we basically, have the ability to block problematic text and images that coming into our system. Again, our users are mostly enterprises and people are coming from companies. So we trust them and they usually don't abuse anything. It's just, 1%, but we give them the guardrails. So it would be easier for them to implement the product in the company without risking the company. And all of that, all of these mechanisms are there. Obviously, we take their text, we take their images, and if they are actually creating the employee avatar, so the avatar itself is also like their data. So all protected under their package, and that's super crucial for businesses like us in the industry.
Yeah, that's reassuring, because I mean it's true. It's like you're working with so much data. You're an AI company, so naturally you just got to stay on top of this. You don't want any sort of data breach or security lapses. It sounds like you got that prioritized where it should be.
Top priority, number one.
Now I'm curious. Can you talk a little bit more of like what kind of businesses maybe get the most value out of Hour One? Do you have any particular examples that of businesses you've worked with?
Sure. So it goes like we think enterprise and goes all the way from the CEO to the employees. So you can think about an organization. The CEO actually is using us for thought leadership. For you can think about like fireside videos, all of these kinds of things, which goes for marketing on social media, presenting the company, presenting new products. So this is starts with there, and then you go into management, and for management it goes from marketing and brand, product marketing, sales. We have sales avatars, so like you can speak with someone and then your sales avatar, like an agent, is coming and fulfilling, let's say, a part of the conversation in for example, summarizing the meeting or opening or inviting you for the next meeting, so warming up for the next meeting. All of these automations are happening on our platform. Obviously, internal communication and training are an important part. E-learning companies are using us. But the largest, or let's say the growing segment, which is currently growing fast on our one, is media and entertainment. And this is something that we will see more and more coming up.
Okay. Yeah, it makes me think of kind of a personal example. Earlier this year, not earlier this year, I guess it was a couple of years ago now, when ChatGPT was first going viral, I worked with a few friends and we started like a small consulting business to help some of our local businesses integrate this new technology into their operations. And one of my responsibilities was to produce like the educational content that we could send clients to help them learn like the basics of AI and prompts and parameters and limitations. And I'm kind of kicking myself now, because if I had known about Hour One, I would have been able to like crank out this content so much quicker, which would help me free up, time for other areas.
Exactly. It's like the experience that you are currently, the experience that people now working more and more with LLMs understand, like, or ChatGPT or any other tool like Claude and others. They understand like how efficient these tools are, and they just save you so much time. So we help you also like the same way with video, and obviously there is a big difference from text, which is more, let's say, search and let's say summarizing stuff, to video, which is more an experience thing. So I think the world has seen the efficiency of text. Now it sees the efficiency of new experiences coming out of generative video.
Now, while I'm thinking of it, we did touch on some of the skill level involved. It sounds like you don't need too much background in video editing to get the most out of Hour One. But do you, I imagine you offer customer service to help anybody struggling with any questions and issues as they arise.
Obviously, we do. I mean, it's part of our solution, and the nice part of it is we are using our own tool to actually build all the videos on the customer service platform. So we have a knowledge base, but you'll find the text, obviously, because it's important for you to understand and read. At the same time, you can see tons of videos that explain how to use the product, and they are done with the avatar of the customer experience team. So we are actually implementing the rules and the technology that we've created to help us implement the product in companies.
Gotcha. Well, where do you see this technology evolving? You know, we have the industry is still pretty new. Where do you see it going in like the near term? Let's say a year or two from now, or the longer term, 5 to 10 years from now.
So Gen AI near term and long term are actually very different in terms of like the scale we spoke about. Near term is the next few months, and long term is the 2 years. Everything moves so fast. So the short term, we'll see real time, we'll see interaction, and we will see cinematic type of use cases where, basically taking parts of TV shows and Hollywood at the end. So all of these elements will happen even in the near term. The long term will be where people will just communicate all the time with these avatars for their own use. And it will be everywhere and all the time. That will be the largest scale, and I think that will be one of the largest pieces of generative AI, because we've seen the scale of LLMs. Obviously, not everybody are still using it, but it will grow. But a lot of people are using LLMs for 2 hours a day, even like me. This is how I use it. I talk with it, I use it all the time. But now video will be a major part of this, and it will be for experience, for fun, for recreation, and it will go for 4 hours, 5 hours a day per person. So think about the amount of compute, amount of video that will be generated. That's a bit more in the long term, but it's very clear that it's going to be there.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. I mean, I've integrated generative AI tools into my workflow. I've been using them for the past year plus, and I can only imagine them getting, more integrated as time goes on. Another thing too, I want to ask you, because I have you here. Do you have any exciting upcoming product launches or features on the horizon that you could share with us? And no pressure if you don't. I have to ask since you're here.
No. It's like, this is what we do. It's like every day a new thing is coming out. We've done a lot of things lately with Reid Hoffman and Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA as well, together. So we've done a lot of like these kinds of, let's say, cinematic quality of interviews, and Reid is talking with his avatar. We are taking it to the next step. Very soon, it will be like one place. It will be on the same stage, in the same room, with all the classic cinematic angles being produced. It's coming out very, very soon, and people will come in and will be able to produce something that looks like this podcast, but in a better quality. Even like you can imagine, like everything is happening, like you're sitting with me, two microphones, and we are talking. You don't need to be like in split screens. So this is coming out very, very, very soon.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, maybe in the future we'll have podcasts where we kind of integrate these avatars.
Future is 2 months, 1 month, 2 months. That's it.
I like it. Wow, that's right. That's literally right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Yeah.
Well, okay, I've got a few more questions for you. And I think these are going to be especially fun because they'll kind of give you a chance to share some insightful information in a short clip that can be shared online without necessarily all the context from the previous questions and answers here. So, you ready, Oren?
I'm excited to see what it means.
So, okay, here's the first question. As CEO and founder of Hour One, what is one big thing you'd like to tell potential customers, as if you're shouting it from the rooftop, or if they only knew this? What would that be?
Be brave, try it. It's an amazing experience. You can try it for yourself first, show it to your friends. You'll get amazing reactions, and then you'll get you love that experience, and you will start using it all the time. And I'm not just talking about one product. It's like the entire stuff, like the entire generative AI space. just try it. You must try it. It's not so hard. It's built for ease of use, and it's a lot of fun.
I love that. Yeah. What are you waiting for? Just try it. I've got so many friends and family that are like averse to generative AI or any sort of AI tools for whatever reason. They're just like, they've heard about it, but they don't utilize it. And I'm just like, what are you waiting for? I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's fun. It's just you don't need to type for ChatGPT. You can talk with it. Like do it. It's easy. Like how easy you want it to be. Like it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now following the same sort of thread, what's one piece of advice you'd give to businesses maybe hesitant to adopt AI driven communication tools such as those offered by Hour One?
I mean, you're losing to your competitors, basically. That's what's going on. You don't know that, you don't understand that, but you're losing because even for internal communication, you're still using the same old tools, you're still using the same old method. It means that your competitors are using the advanced Gen AI tools to educate their employees and they're moving faster and they will be there. You are just losing ground. Same as marketing, same as thought leadership. Uh, in our era, you must be at the front of all of these technologies. And if you're a CEO and you don't have an avatar, I'm joking, but I'm also serious. Like if you're a CEO and you don't have an avatar talking today on social, that your team has worked behind the scenes to bring the best content and the best footage and to make it amazing experiences, and maybe an amazing interviewer. Choose your interviewer. You can do it with us. You're just falling back, just falling back after your competitors who are already doing it. So don't do that. Change your mindset.
Don't do that. All right. I love it. Yeah. I know what I'm doing after this. I'm making an avatar. So there are a bunch of potentially false ideas about AI and video production. Some say AI will completely take over the creative process, making human video producers obsolete. There's like the idea that AI generated videos lack authenticity and maybe feel artificial. If you could bust one of these myths about AI and video production, what would it be and why?
What happens with our tools is actually the opposite. And I'm not saying it because I'm trying to be convincing and politically correct or whatever. It's the truth. People are being amazingly creative with these tools, and they basically create so much more than what they've done before. You need the professionals. They must be there because they don't just write or just don't create an image or don't just create a video. They do much more than that as humans. Obviously, they connect, they communicate, they understand the topics, so they do a lot of things. But now with these tools, their productivity is just amazing. Like we have teams where we saw them like working for, let's say, a quarter to create one video with their CEO. How much work you need to do for 15 minutes of your CEO on a podcast? And with us, it's like every day they generate new videos, they try, they test, and then they choose twice a week to upload videos of him, or thought leadership or other stuff. So it's really changing the entire scene and the entire concept of like being creative. And it's the same with images and the same with text. You can just do so much better and so much faster. I mean, these professionals are having the time of their life. They were like afraid of it, but now they are enjoying it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thanks for kind of breaking that down and dispelling some of those for us. Well, those are the last of the hard hitting questions I have for you today. So, for those interested listening to this podcast, watching on YouTube, and they want to learn more, they want to connect with you and your team, where should they go?
Obviously, website, you can book a meeting with us. That's one. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm responding to people. Send me, LinkedIn intros to my team. Everybody here are just open and curious to learn from people requirements and needs. This is how we behave. This is how we think. We understand that people are super creative. They are coming with tons of ideas, and we learn from them. So come to us and speak with us, and we'll build stuff together.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to sit down with us and talk about Hour One. I think your company is really interesting, and I'm looking forward to see how it matures over the next few years or the next couple of months, because that's the short term, right? That's
Exactly.
right around the
Like
corner.
yeah, I mean, years turns into months. So this is what's happening right now.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Well, thanks again, Oren.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you all for listening to the SourceForge podcast. I'm your host, Bo Hamilton. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all of our upcoming B2B software related podcasts. I'll talk to you in the next one.